I'm pregnant and I don't know if the baby is my husband's or my boss's. Please don't tell me to come clean, stress isn't good for the baby. I cheated because I was starved for connection. Now my husband is back to being himself, I don't want to destroy my family. Please don't be cruel. I know I sound like the bad guy, I probably am, but I'm also a scared pregnant woman trying to keep her life from completely falling apart. I need advice that's practical, not moral lectures. Stress is not good for the baby, and I'm already falling apart. I, 31F, have been married to my husband, 33M, for 6 years. We've had a good marriage, nothing dramatic, no major fights. But this past year has been hard. He lost his job for a few months, and even though he's working again, the financial strain really changed him. He became withdrawn. Stopped talking to me. Always stressed. Always tired. No intimate moments. He wasn't cruel or abusive, just distant. Like I was living with a ghost. I wanted to support him, so I picked up more hours at work. I work in corporate sales, and the pressure is intense. My boss, 44M, is someone I never looked at that way before. But he started staying late too. Talking to me. Asking if I was okay. At first I thought he was just being nice, but then the conversations got more personal. He said things like you deserve to feel seen, and he's lucky to have you, if he realizes it. I didn't plan for anything to happen. I really didn't. But I was vulnerable and starved for connection. One night, after a late work meeting and too much wine, it happened. I wish I could say it was just once, but it wasn't. It went on for about 2 months. Then I stopped it. I felt guilty every single time, and I hated myself for it. Then I found out I was pregnant. I'm 90% sure it's my husband's. I tracked everything, and most of the dates line up with when we had sex. It was rare, but not zero. But there's a small window where it could be my boss's. And I can't stop thinking about that 10%. That 10% could destroy everything. I haven't told anyone. Not my husband, not my boss. I don't even know if my boss would care. He's married too, and honestly, I think I was just a distraction for him. My husband has been slowly coming back to himself lately. He's excited about the baby. He talks to my belly. He's trying. And I feel like a monster. Please don't tell me to confess. I know people will say he deserves the truth or you made your bed. I get it. But blowing up my marriage right now would mean destroying my child's life before it even begins. I want this baby to have a stable home. My husband is a good man. He'll be a great dad. I made a terrible mistake, but I'm trying to protect my family now, not destroy it further. What I need to know is how to do a paternity test secretly. If, God forbid, it's my boss's. What do I do? How do I protect my child and my marriage? Please be kind. I know how this looks. I know what I did. But I'm begging for help, not hate. I need to keep my baby safe, and right now, that means not setting fire to everything. Even if I deserve it. Edit 1, since a lot of people are asking, yes, my boss is married too. He's been married for 12 years and has 2 young kids. His wife doesn't know anything, and I am not planning to tell her. That's not my place and it would only blow up her family too. Why should 2 marriages fall apart over something that's already over? I ended it. I feel horrible. But opening that can of worms helps no one. I want to prevent more unnecessary damage. Please stop asking if I'll tell her, I won't. Edit 2, I know I'm the bad guy here. I've said that. You don't need to keep repeating it like I'm clueless. I live with the guilt every single day. I can't sleep. I'm anxious all the time. But I'm also pregnant and scared and I have no support system right now. My husband is all I have. I am trying to hold this family together with everything I've got. Stop telling me to tell him. It's not an option. He will break. You don't know him. His mother cheated on his dad when he was a teenager and it wrecked him. He has trust issues already, and I know for a fact this would destroy him, not just emotionally, but mentally. He would never recover, and my baby deserves a father. I'm ready to do anything to protect my family. Absolutely anything. But don't ask me to nuke the only stable thing I have left. If that makes me selfish, so be it. Edit 3, stop telling me to harm myself. Some of you are being unbelievably cruel. You think you're righteous, but you're literally telling a pregnant woman in a vulnerable state to end it or that I deserve to suffer forever. What is wrong with people? You don't even realize it's not just about me anymore. I have a baby growing inside me. I'm trying to protect them too. You want me to tell my husband and accept the fallout but don't care if that fallout destroys my child's home before they're even born? To the few people who gave real, helpful advice, thank you. You reminded me there's still some humanity left on this site. To the rest, congrats on kicking someone who's already on the floor. Hope it made you feel better. Update. Just a quick update, I got the results. The baby is my husband's. I can't even explain the relief I feel. I've been crying nonstop, but this time it's from happiness. I truly believe God is watching over me and my family. This baby is a blessing, And now I know everything I'm doing to protect my marriage hasn't been for nothing. Thank you to the people who gave me real advice and support instead of just hate. Final update. Hi. I'm posting here because I need support from people who have actually been through this and understand what it's like to be on the wayward side. I've posted before on another subreddit, check my post history if you want the full story, but to summarize, I cheated on my husband with my boss last year when I was going through a really difficult time emotionally and mentally. My husband and I had just hit a rough patch, he was dealing with financial stress and completely shut down. I felt lonely and unwanted, and my boss took advantage of that vulnerability. It wasn't love, and it wasn't worth it. I knew it was wrong, but I was hurting and I made a terrible choice. I got pregnant and for a while didn't know who the father was. I got a paternity test early on, without telling anyone, and found out the baby was my husband's. I was so relieved. I thought that was the end of it, that God had given me a second chance. I carried that guilt quietly, but I was determined to protect my family and be the best mom and wife I could. I gave birth to a healthy baby boy 2 months ago. For a few days, I felt like everything was finally right. My husband was happy. He bonded with our son immediately. We were exhausted but connected again. I thought the worst was behind us. Then it all fell apart. About a week after I gave birth, my husband came home and said we needed to talk. He looked destroyed. Cold, and angry. He already knew. He demanded the truth. Turns out my boss's wife found out about the affair and told my husband everything. She found emails. Confronted her husband. And instead of keeping it between them, she blew up my life too. My husband asked for a new paternity test, just to be sure, and waited until the results came back before deciding what to do. They confirmed the baby is his. But it didn't matter. He told me he wanted a divorce and would be pursuing joint custody. That was the worst day of my life. Watching him pack his things, take photos off the walls, and look at me like a stranger. I begged him to think about the baby, but he said the baby would have him as a father, just not as a husband. He was so cold. He said he would never forgive me for lying to him, and for letting him think everything was okay while hiding what I'd done. Meanwhile, my boss and his wife are reconciling. Working on their marriage. Staying together for their kids. No consequences for him, he still has his family, his house, everything. Meanwhile, I got asked to resign from my job a week later. I know she was behind it. I didn't even fight it. What was the point? So now I'm living at my parents' place with my son. I got another job near here, but it doesn't pay nearly as much. I'm doing everything alone. My husband is involved as a father, he visits, helps financially, and has even taken the baby overnight once, but he treats me like a business transaction. Cold, polite, efficient. No warmth. I guess I just don't understand. Why did his wife get to destroy my family while saving her own? Why do men like my boss get away with everything, while women like me lose everything? I'm not saying I was innocent, but he was worse. He was married longer. He had children. He was in a position of power. Why is he getting a second chance and I'm being treated like garbage? I miss my husband. I miss our home. I miss the version of me I was before this happened. I made a mistake. A horrible one. But I thought people believed in redemption. I thought family mattered more than ego. How do I move forward? How do I rebuild when the people I love most want nothing to do with me? How do I forgive myself when everyone else sees me as a villain? Please be kind. I'm trying. I really am. Edit, I thought people here would be kinder, but maybe I needed the harsh reality check. I don't have the energy to keep defending myself. I'm deleting this throwaway and focusing on my baby and my life now. Goodbye.